Final dress rehearsal for the Lakers and Kings. Sam, will see you at the half. Let's get it out to the voice of the Kings, Mark Jones, and Katie Christensen-Hunter.
First win. Lakers win the tap.
Yeah, well, when you're starting DeAndre Jordan and Anthony Davis right next to each other, you're going to have to make sure everyone is coming in and trying to clean up those boards.
Fox missing the floater. Quick outlet.
Yeah, well, when you're starting DeAndre Jordan and Anthony Davis right next to each other, you're going to have to make sure everyone is coming in and trying to clean up those boards.
Fox missing the floater. Quick outlet.
Greatness you can never take for granted. He had a career year last year with the Kings, and it's great to see him stepping up early in the preseason on the perimeter, but it's the wing players where there's not a lot of depth. It's Harrison Barnes, Mo Harkless, as you see Barnes getting into the lane.
Barnes with 5 points after that last bucket. LeBron with Mitchell. And that's going to be a defensive 3-second violation against Sacramento. That'll put the Lakers on the free throw line. Walton's team, we're going to use them all up.
But I like that they're going at him and they're putting him in that situation.
Holmes at the foul line for the Sacramento Kings. Signed a 4-year, $55 million deal during free agency.
But you know what? In players' defense, I see this all the time. Like, I've been watching the WNBA playoffs and players kind of complaining about those types of fouls. So you don't feel like you fouled. It's not like, oh, you know, there are players that have never committed a foul in their life, but it's not that situation. It's different when you're going through the motions out there on the.
Fox on the drive to Holmes, and that little jump hook is good.
Richaun Holmes wasn't even really ready for the ball. It landed in his hands, and he's like, oh, wait, it's here already.
He ran up his heels.
Yeah.
Howard couldn't get the follow on the alley-oop. Fox with the float game. Holmes! Oh, bringing it home. And he's about his business tonight. Fox with the float game. Holmes! Oh, bringing it home. And he's about his business tonight. See what he does with the Lakers this year. Inside, Holmes with a nice jump hook.
I mean, he did all that dribbling, but
dribbling gave much of an advantage.
Right.
Just hand it off to De'Aaron.
Exactly.
He'll drill it. LeBron got...
Fox kicks it out to Buddy. Healed with the float game, a little bit short. Tipped up a couple of times, loose ball. Kings get it back. Holmes inside. And Holmes.
That you need your big man to do. You don't have to run a play for him. He's going to create his own offense by getting on the glass. He's going to get you boards, work the two-man game. He defends so well.
A few years ago, prior to coming to Sacramento and Phoenix, prior to that, Philadelphia, he's found his niche. And LeBron now in a rush. Up to Bazemore. Great bounce pass. And that's going to be goaltending on Holmes. This guy's stuck on automatic, and we haven't even begun the regular season. Holmes with the theft. Buddy with the pull. And we haven't even begun the regular season. Holmes with the theft. Buddy with the pull. Shoot, Buddy, shoot.
He looks the same to me as he did when he came in the league. And I know you've been covering him his whole career, Mark. What do you make of kind of the last couple years and the injuries and kind of where he's at right now?
After the game, for a full recap on the 4-game preseason schedule.
The defense by the Lakers, and they force the turnover. The defense by the Lakers, and they force the turnover. Bazemore on the move, draws the foul. And the one-time Sacramento King, Bazemore, will go to the free throw line.
We'll see. I don't see a drop-off with this year's squad. I mean, they have a ton of changes from their roster a year ago. Russell Westbrook has the potential to be a really great defender. He doesn't have to do a lot offensively, so it should be more. De'Aaron Fox getting in. Oh, just a little short. Russell Westbrook has the potential to be a really great defender. He doesn't have to do a lot offensively, so it should be more. De'Aaron Fox getting in. Oh, just a little short.
Taylor Horton Tucker and Trevor Ariza, who's back in 6 to 8 weeks. Holmes inside, counted and one.
It was so important to me, Mark. I feel like he was the best option in free agency for this roster.
Westbrook, one more to Reeves for three. That a little bit short. They send the screener Baseline, Holmes with a push shot. That's his patented shot from a season ago. And he decided that he was going to start working on his mid-range game because that's where a lot of the magic happens in basketball. That's where a lot of the big shots are made. Overseas several years ago when they were together in OKC, Westbrook called him up and was ready to get in a plane and help him out with his immigration status, okay?
But you know what? Until you play with someone, you don't understand kind of how great they are.
Right. Actually, coming out of high school, he had more offers for football than hoops. Holmes, boy, you don't see him miss that money push shot often. Much better than the previous three. And remember, he didn't have a great preseason last year, but he really turned it on and played well when it counted.
You only get live situations to really improve on closing out games, to closing them out. It's not the same doing it in situations in training camp and practice.
Reeves on the catch. Brown out of Michigan into the paint. Barnes with fantastic defense. Reeves at the end of the shot clock.